All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Andrew here, and welcome to this training on how to create and automate the ultimate lifestyle business. Throughout this training, we're going to be talking about what I call the 3 pillars of freedom, and that's financial freedom, location freedom, and time freedom. Because without any one of these pillars, are you ever really free? Right? You might be making good money right now, maybe a 6-figure job, maybe more, maybe $1 million a year, right? But if you just have financial freedom, do you have location and time freedom? Can you go book a one-way flight to Hawaii for 3 months and take your family? Probably not. I feel like most people have 1 or 2 of these pillars at most. Very rarely do you meet someone who has all 3. Throughout this training, I'm going to be showing you how you can build all 3 of these into your life with this very simple business model. Let me ask you a question. If you could do anything in the world right now, like really anything, what would you do? Most people never take the time to actually think about this. They never think about their end goal. If you had all the freedom in the world, if you could go anywhere, do anything, bring anyone, what would you do? Would you go swim with dolphins in Hawaii, skydiving in Australia, trying every brewery in Germany, right? Staying home playing video games or watching Netflix all day with your family? Like, what is it for you? What fires you up? I want you to think about that and keep that in the back of your mind throughout this training, because you're creating it right now. You're creating the future. You're visualizing it. You are literally in your mind creating the future that you want with this business, or really with anything that will allow you to achieve that level of freedom. Let me ask you another question that's maybe not so fun. Are you living that reality right now? Your dream life, what you thought about, what you really want to be doing, are you actually doing that? And chances are you're not. And that's why you're watching this video. And that's all right, because most people in society have things backwards, in my opinion. Most people are playing this game of life where between 20 to 60 years old, maybe even younger. I started working at 15 years old. But most people in society are told, go to school, get good grades so you can get a good job. And then one day you can get to your golden years, the sunset years, and you can retire with millions in the bank account. And while that sounds nice in theory, I don't know about you, but when I look at this picture, I think, why would I sacrifice the best years of my life so that one day I could sit on the rocking chair on the porch? One day I could go and play endless rounds of golf, right? Why am I playing for the last part of life? Why am I not playing for the whole thing? Most people are they're brainwashed by society, and it's not their fault. I was in that trap as well. Society just tells you, do this thing, and you're like, okay, I guess this is the thing to do. Like, everyone else is doing it. And I want to ask you a question. Would you be satisfied with your life if you got to the end and you played the game this way? Would you genuinely be happy? On your deathbed, would you think, wow, I really lived life to the fullest? I love this quote by Oscar Wilde. It really sums up how I see society today. And it's, to live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist. That is all. And that to me is so sad, because life is such a beautiful gift and there's so much to experience. Yet in the Western world especially, we're just never encouraged to live life to the fullest. We're encouraged to work for someone and earn money and just continue in this cycle, in this machine, right? And everyone else around us is doing it, so we continue to do it. We don't know anything else, and I think that sucks. Look, if you feel like society has failed you, if you feel like you did everything that society said to do, go to school, get good grades, get a good internship so you can get a good job, then you got the good job, now you're working your way up, right? And you're successful in most of society's eyes, yet you're kind of winning the game, and you're like, wait a second, is the game even worth winning? Is the prize at the end worth winning? If you feel like that, I get what that's like. I've been there, and it sucks to have that realization, but at least you become aware of this, and now you're taking active steps to find a way out of it. If you feel like you're living a life you didn't choose, man, this was a big one for me. I remember going to school, into college, and I was 17 at the time. And essentially my choices were, hey, get an engineering degree or get a business degree. And it wasn't like anyone forced that on me. Like they had a gun to my head and said, you have to get either one of those. It was just like, hey, here are the 2 jobs that will probably get you a 6-figure salary. Being an entrepreneur, having my own business wasn't even in the cards for me. I didn't even know normal people could do that. So if you feel like you've just been kind of on this conveyor belt of life and just following what they said, I get it. If you feel like you're wasting your life, and man, I know that sucks to even hear. And you might feel resistance when I say that, right? You want to go like, no, my life is amazing. Look, the reality is the first step to changing anything is to really acknowledge it. Acknowledge the challenge, acknowledge the problem. And not too long ago for me, I felt like I would not be satisfied at the end of my life. I had a good life, 7 out of 10 life, right? I call it a gray existence. Not too bad, but not too good either. It's just okay. It's average. I'm like, if I have one life, I want to live this thing to the fullest. And if you feel like you're not doing that right now, I get what that's like. And I know you're going to love this video because it's designed just for you. If you've tried to build a business online or offline before, you've really tried to break free before and you failed, I want to tell you, like, I don't want to put you in a victim mindset. It's not your fault. It's all okay, right? But chances are the models, the vehicles that you were using to break free were not designed for freedom. And if you haven't earned your freedom, chances are it's due to the fact that you were building something that was not going to get you there in the first place. If you want to finally break free, like real freedom, I'm talking about do whatever you want, whenever you want, wherever you want, with whoever you want. Life on your terms. If you want true freedom, you're in the right place. I've made this video specifically for you, specifically for people who are in my situation, to show you a path where you can break free from this conveyor belt of life. And I love this image because it sums up life, modern society so well. We're put on this conveyor belt and we just follow the rules. And it's so rare and so strange when someone breaks free. But I'll tell you, from being that guy in the picture who broke free, life is incredible on the other side. It is so undescribably beautiful. The adventures, the new dimensions of life that you experience, the lessons that you learn, the people that you meet outside of this little system, it's where all the juice of life is in my experience. And look, my goal for this training is really simple. Number one, reveal to you a simple business model that will ethically allow you to achieve time, location, and financial freedom. Ethics are a huge thing for me. This is not some weird like get rich quick thing. And that's going to be a huge theme throughout this training. I want to make that super clear. This is something that's built on win-wins. And number two, I want to show you how simple it is to build and launch this business so you can earn your freedom in record time. And again, this is not a get rich quick thing. This is not something where it's like, hey, plug in and you'll be a millionaire tomorrow, right? Obviously not. But due to the nature of how this business is structured, it's structured for freedom and it's so leveraged that you can get that result very quickly. I'm going to show you some case studies of people who have done just that. By the end of this training, you will have the blueprint of the most profitable, ethical, simple, scalable business model that I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of them. Been in this industry for years. I've tried a lot of stuff, and this by far beats all of them. And not only that, I'm going to show you at the end of this video how you can get started with it. How, if this makes sense to you, how you can go and actually take this information and build momentum with it and start earning your freedom very, very quickly. Look, the current state of online business world, for me at least, I mean, if you're just getting into this and you're looking around and you're seeing free webinars and free trainings and all sort of stuff, I'm sure you have a similar feeling. There's a lot of scams out there, a lot of empty promises, a lot of the blind leading the blind, where someone's taking a course on how to build a business and then all of a sudden they think that they're the expert, and then they build a course on how to build a business, and then their students build courses on how to build a business. And it's just this insane cycle, right? And unfortunately, that's what's going on in the industry for the most part. There's a lot of short-term thinking as well. A lot of people coming in here and like, I'm going to make this happen in 2 weeks or it's a scam, right? And most people are looking at this the same way they would look at gambling, like a slot machine. And they're thinking,